Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday, March the 25th. It has been quite some time since we've seen each other, and I was kind of waiting to see if you all were posting questions or um, if you were going to do any of the assignments I put on Google Classroom. And it's okay if you haven't, but if you haven't been watching the news this morning, they did just announce that we are going to be out of school until April the 24th, which is a long time from now. Um, so it is important that even though that might make us very sad, it makes me very sad. Uh, this is a time for you to learn for the purpose of just learning what you want to learn. There is not a test that you have to pass. There is no one saying, oh, you did this good, but you need to change that. Right now, as a teacher, I'm sure some of you will understand I'm not being interrupted while I talk, which is kind of cool. And you can put me on pause and laugh at the funny faces I'm making when you pause it. There's a lot of new and different things that we can try to get used to with learning on the computer. I'm not sure what your other teachers are doing, and all of their classes are super important as well. The work for ESOL is always going to be something that helps you build language, understand language, and help you throughout the learning that you do in your other classes. So I wanted to share with you some ways that I'm trying to come up with teaching digitally. And one of the things I posted on Google Classroom, and mine is not done, so I don't expect yours to be done either, is I had posted like this little idea where you could take things that come in the mail and cut out different words that help describe who you are. And I said I would bring mine to school to share it, and you could share yours. If you've made one, snap a picture and send it to my email. That would be awesome. And now you can see mine here. I have things like Walmart right here. I'm at Walmart all the time. I wash my hands a lot. I sanitize my cart, but Walmart has everything I need. I like this one. If you've seen my classroom, you know I like things color coded and organized. Turned it the wrong way. I used to be made for summer, and I loved summer because that was kind of this major break from school that we all looked forward to. But this year, it just feels like another day with these closings. So I'm going to add to mine, but I wanted to give you an idea of what mine looked like. Second thing is I am going to be posting on your Google Classroom some words and phrases and an assignment. It is not an assignment that you have to do because, like I said, right now this isn't about doing things because your teacher says you have to. This is about doing things because you either find it fun or you're interested in learning more. That's Savannah. And you can take this learning and really make it into whatever you want it to be. But you are in middle school. Wrong finger. That's Savannah. You can decide what makes you excited to learn and what you want to learn about, which is neat. So anyway, my first lesson that I am trying to post on Google Classroom, and the video is on the YouTube channel, is about poetry. So poetry is something that a lot of teachers are scared to teach because there are not a lot of rules to it. It's great for ESOL because there are not a lot of rules to it. We can't say, oh, you wrote that wrong. You wrote this incorrectly. You didn't indent. You didn't capitalize. We can't do any of that because a poem is a way of writing without any rules at all. So I'm going to read you one of my favorite poems. Well, I'll tell you the title in a minute. But before we do that, I want to go through some of and I have this, I made it, and I will post it online along with the poem. So the first word, sorry, it's hard doing it with a camera is backwards. But so one of the phrases that you need to learn and make sure that you understand before I read you my favorite poem is a phrase called, when people say it, it's tickle me pink. And it means that you're super happy. So I put a picture here of a girl looking at her text messages, and she must have just gotten great news. And she is tickled pink, or tickle me pink means I'm super happy. You're going to hear that in the poem I'm going to read you. When you hear tickle me pink, that means super happy. And on the paper, or on the pages that I made for you, I have a sentence at the bottom. It will tickle me pink to find out that I'm going to get to see my students before next year. Next word. Whoop, wrong side. Tackle. So the word tackle has a lot of different meanings. You've probably heard of tackling in soccer or football when we knock something over, and that's a physical thing. Tackling in the poem means trying to solve a problem. So right now I'm tackling how to be a teacher when I can't go to school and my students can't be there either. And I have a sentence on here that you can look at. Actually, I'll read it to you. The sentence I did for tackle is right here. We will tackle the coronavirus problem by staying at home right now. So we're tackling the problem. We're trying to solve the problem. And the picture that I added is a bunch of people standing around a puzzle trying to figure it out together. A phrase. If someone looks at you and says, you stink. Well, yeah, it could mean that you don't smell good, but it also just means you are not fun. If you know you showered today or yesterday and someone says you stink, it means you are not fun. So in the poem I'm going to read you, when you hear me read you stink, that means you're not fun. Another really weird phrase, right here, an idiom. I love teaching idioms. Giving me fits. Giving me fits means you're something is making you angry, upset, or frustrated. And I love the picture of the guy giving you fits. Let's see, I may have been interrupted for a sentence for that, but I do have a sentence for the you stink one. Dear coronavirus, you stink. You are not fun. You are ruining everything. Your enemy, Natalie Ewald. And it does not look like I did one for giving me fits, making me upset, angry, frustrated. Being at home every day is giving me the fits. Yesterday, I tried to go for a little jog, and my one daughter was holding the back of me, down. And she was stopping me from being able to move forward. And all I wanted was to move and to exercise and do something. She was giving me the fits. Okay, there are 3 other words that I wanted to add to, and this will be on our Google Classroom. So you can look at this all the time if you need to. I don't know if you would need to. Figure out how to hold this for a camera. It's awkward. I should probably figure out how to just make this part of the video, which I will do. This will get better. I see Savannah. All right, so there's 3 more words that are just kind of different that I wanted to make sure that you knew what they were. We have liver, which is an animal organ. I know my 7th graders have learned about what an organ is, the tissue inside the body, and it is not a common food to eat in America, but some people do, and many countries do eat liver. It has a lot of vitamins in it, but in the poem, they're going to talk about eating liver, and that's not a common thing to eat. So then I have spinach. Spinach looks like this, and it's just a leafy green vegetable. And then an animal called a porcupine. And a porcupine is an animal that has spikes all over its back, and it's really cute, but I wouldn't want to touch it because the little spikes will go into your back. It's like that's how it protects itself from other animals that are trying to eat it. So, again, real quick review. You're going to hear tickle me pink, which means super happy. It's this paper. Tackle, solve a problem. You stink, which means you're not fun. Giving me fits, angry and frustrated. Liver is a body organ of animals, any mammal. Well, I don't know about anything other than mammals, but definitely animals have livers. Spinach is something you would have in a salad or on a sandwich for some vitamins, and a porcupine is an animal with spikes all over its back. Oh wait, I did do a giving fits. Here we go. There we go. It's kind of like being in Mrs. Ewald's classroom. I'm a little all over the place, but it always works out. Okay, so my sentence for giving me fits is being stuck in my house is giving me fits because I miss going to school, seeing my friends, and shopping. And again, the picture for giving me fits looks like that guy right there. Angry, frustrated, upset. So, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read you my favorite poem. I will also post this poem on the Google Classroom. It will look like this in the Google Classroom. So you can read it from your phone or your whatever device you are able to read it from. And I'm going to read you this poem, and then I'm going to ask you to try to make your own poem. There are no rules, okay? You can write about whatever you want. You can make it rhyme. It doesn't have to rhyme. I'm going to write a poem. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to. And then I will share that with you also on a video. I'll read it to you. And then I will also post it on the Google Classroom so you get an idea of what we're talking about. So this poem is called Homework, Oh Homework by Jack Prelutsky. I don't like you. You stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If only a bomb would explode you to bits. Homework, oh homework, you're giving me fits. I'd rather take baths with a man-eating shark or wrestle a lion alone in the dark. Eat spinach and liver, pet 10 porcupines, then tackle the homework my teacher assigns. Homework, oh homework, you're last on my list. I simply can't see why you even exist. If you just disappeared, it would tickle me pink. Homework, oh homework, I don't like you. You stink. So, that is the end of one of my favorite poems. It's always been one of my favorite poems, but I thought it was perfect for this because the only thing we can do is homework. So you can write about being at home doing work. You can write about soccer. You can write about basketball. You can write about Fortnite. You can write anything you want to write, but I'm asking you to try to make a poem. Please don't interrupt.
Mommy, what are you doing?
Try to write something. I'm going to try to write a poem too, and I'll share that with you. You can see that they have given me as much free time as we were going to get. So I miss you, and I look forward to seeing you and figuring out more and better ways to stay in touch. So poetry, new words, idioms, tickle me pink, and send me a poem. So Ryan is excited. Lexi's excited. Savannah was down here earlier. Yep.
Mama, I want you to put my hair and have a pepper.
Okay. So for right now, Miss Ewald is going to spend some time with her kids. Maybe I should get them dressed and out of their pajamas, but I could write about that. Being a mom all day, every day.
Mommy, I don't want to get dressed.
But again, I'm probably going to write about homeschool and homework.
Mommy, I don't want to get down on my pajamas.
Okay, can everybody say, write a poem for my mommy?
Write a poem for my mommy.
Okay, so I can't wait to see it. And I miss you guys very much, and we will stay in touch.